Hi gorgeous, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ara and every once in a while I like to do a foundation wear test. It has been quite a few months since I've done a wear test. I'm testing out the foundation for Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless foundation. I picked mine up in the shade 1 Cool and I have the Airbrush Flawless Blur Concealer, also 1 Fair. For this occasion I pulled out every single Charlotte Tilbury product that I own to come up with this look today. Everything on my face is listed down in the description box below. If you click on those links to make a purchase, thank you so very much. I do earn a small commission when you use those links. And even though this is not a new foundation, it is new to me. I've never owned any other Charlotte foundation or found any of them appealing. It's just a very gaudy brand for me in general. It's not typically my style, but I have always been intrigued by Charlotte. If you find today's video helpful in any way whatsoever and like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you are not already. Full disclosure, even though I'm doing a wear test on this foundation, I did prime my forehead and my nose the way I usually would with my Iconic London. I still really enjoy this one. I'm just going to work my way through it. And I did a little color correcting under my eyes and around my nose with my Charlotte Tilbury color corrector. I have never worn the original formulation of the Charlotte Tilbury foundation, so today is going to be a first impression as well as a wear test. I don't know anything about this foundation actually. I've seen a couple reviews months ago. I wasn't interested at the time. I don't know. I have plenty and Charlotte was never kind of on my radar for foundation. And she's very gaudy, whether it's description, bottle, everything. Let's do a little swatch here on the back of my hand. I haven't even swatched it myself. I picked out my shade online looking at some photos and looking at some other reviews. It looks like it's going to be a great shade match for me. I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge to apply it. I probably need a little bit more. I'm kind of sticking with the sponge right now. My face is a little bit drier than I'd like for it to be. And I feel like with the brush, it's kind of picking up all my cream products. I don't want that. I think it'll actually work out for me, especially when I start to put all of my contour and bronzing products on. This is about as far as that one pump went for me. It didn't cover the entire left side of my face here, but it did pretty good with one pump and a sponge. I'm just going to put the rest on my little plate here. I'm going to do 2 sponges. I probably won't even use both of the 2 sponges. I probably won't even use both of those pumps. Ooh, yeah, probably won't need it at all. Bring it down my neck a little bit. Kind of blend it all in so it looks a little bit better. I am not wearing a brightener today underneath my foundation. I really just want to see how matte or satin this actually looks. Okay, I am curious because I read this and then I forgot all of the descriptions about it. Powder blur technology, flawless looking skin, pores appear reduced, transfer proof, sweat proof. We'll see how that holds up during my workout today. Skin feels smoother, hydrated, wrinkles appear reduced. Okay, Charlotte. I really think I probably only needed the 1 pump extra because it is going and continuing to go. I'm trying to get some of this excess product on the left side of my face because I really packed it onto the right side of my face and it looks like it's a little more heavy on the right side. Full coverage improves the look of skin while you wear it. Yeah, right. Weightless and blurring full coverage. I think I may have used a little too much. And even though I used 2 pumps on that second go, it was kind of like a half pump on the back of my hand. This is still quite a bit left over. I think I will only ever need 1 pump to do my full face. And honestly, 1 Cool might be better for winter. I haven't even what am I saying? I haven't even gone outside to soak up any of the sun, and I use enough sunscreen. It doesn't even matter. So I probably should have gone 1 shade deeper than 1 Cool. Looking a little ghostly there on the screen, but we can fix that. Let's zoom in and take a look at the foundation the way it's sitting now. Other than looking like a really pale porcelain doll here, It does not look bad at all. I think it looks pretty good. My skin is a little bit dry right now, and the weather cannot make up its mind if it wants to be warm or cold. It does look a little bit dry around my lips, and it looks like it's patchy on my nose here. Doesn't look bad around my eyes, doesn't look bad on my cheeks. I don't have a whole lot of texture on my cheeks. Looks pretty good on my forehead. Might need to go over it again with a clean damp sponge just to kind of pick up any excess there, because I tend to have my makeup creased in my forehead lines. Now for this Airbrush Blur Concealer, I have mine in the shade 1 Fair. Show you the swatch of this one as well, because I think this one is a little bit pinkier of an undertone. I am trying to avoid getting concealer too close to my under eyes. I think it just kind of sits in those fine lines there. And this one, maybe I wouldn't need a deeper color for concealer if I trade my foundation out. So I think this shade is actually going to be just fine. I can get away with wearing this one. I'll use this on a sponge actually and apply it on my nose. I can probably get away with wearing this one just as it is without going a shade deeper. Let's try it on my nose that way, because my nose was already looking rough from that foundation, and avoid some of these troublesome areas. This is a little bit thicker than I was imagining it to be. It kind of reminds me of the Huda Beauty faux filter. I think that's the name of it. That concealer is pretty thick as well, and this is kind of giving me that vibe. What does she say about this too? Oh, more powder blur technology. It was squalene, hyaluronic acid, Phyto Youth Essence, creaseless blurring, matte finish for flawless looking skin. Well, I do love a flawless looking skin, but this is not looking like flawless. Skin looks visibly lifted, smoother, and hydrated. Girl, my eyeballs, my lids just look so heavy. So if you can make them look lifted with concealer, I've clearly just been wasting time on everything else. Elastic stretch formula. I'm really curious, what does she mean by an elastic stretch formula? And I feel like you can just kind of get away with making a lot of these claims. Undetectable, weightless finish. Surprisingly though, I think the concealer looks a lot better than the foundation. I was afraid because of how thick that concealer is. I gotta correct it around my nose here. I'm not getting into that crease as well as I thought I was. I was afraid it would look real thick and patchy. It doesn't. In my camera, it doesn't look bad unless I'm using my 10x zoom camera. That looks a little more patchy, but in my regular camera, what did I say camera? In my regular mirror, my 10x zoom mirror, in my regular mirror, it looks a lot better. So it's definitely full coverage, because I have some of my age spots here that even though I color correct a little bit, typically I can still see them slightly underneath my foundations in general. This, I cannot see at all. Even with my 10x zoom mirror, I can't see them. And I didn't think I needed to really bring up that concealer up my brow bone. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look patchy. It looked pretty good. It doesn't look terrible. For your information, I'm getting started later than I typically would. It's currently 2:19 in the afternoon, and I just got it applied. So what I will do now is just go ahead about my day, finish my face, powder, do my eyes and lips, and then check in around, let's see, 2:20, so 4:20, 4-hour mark, and the 8-hour mark, which would be closer to 8:30, and then see how it goes for 8 hours. I don't think I'll wear it much later than that, but if I do, I do. If not, here we are. This is the 2-hour check-in for you. It is 4:15. I totally messed up my times. At least I think I did while I was applying it. At the 2-hour check mark, I'm not wowed by it. It's okay for full coverage, but I feel as though, even though I worked hard to kind of pick up excess foundation, I feel as though it's a little heavy in my T-zone. Not so much under my eyes. It looks okay under my eyes, and it looks okay on my forehead for 2 hours in. I'm going to zoom you in, but at 2 hours, this is how we're looking. I'm not sure if you can see what I'm seeing in the viewfinder, because even when I'm editing, it still looks a lot better than in person when I'm just looking in the mirror. If I pull out my mirror and I look up close, the foundation around my T-zone especially here at my nose creases, tends to look heavy. It really still has that dryness around my lips, and I think that's just more to do with my skincare. I need to just wash my face, apply a nice thick layer of cream and serum. What is it? We call it snail? Oh my gosh, I cannot remember. Slugging, that's what it's been called. I hate that term. That's a disturbing verb. Around my forehead it looks good. At the 2 hour mark it does look good because I tend to have the most creasing in my forehead lines. I don't get Botox. Most of my problem for right now in the 2 hour mark is right around here. And you might be able to see some of this patchiness at my nose. I worked my butt off to get that to look better. But this nose, it don't be looking good, girl. Here we are at the 4 hour mark. I'm gonna go ahead and say 4 hours. It's now 6 o'clock or a little after 6. I'm about to leave to go pick up my boys from my mother-in-law. It still looks about the same as it did in the 2 hour mark at 4 o'clock. I don't think anything has truly changed in terms of the foundation wear. All I did was go down and play video games. I just wanted to play World of Warcraft. I was even gonna push it and do my workout because I woke up late and slept in for once, but I didn't. So I haven't really pushed this foundation or done anything with it. Let's get you up close and pretty. This is still looking the same. It still has this little patchy area here where it's kind of sitting right at my nose, on the bridge here rather, and hasn't done anything. That just didn't want to apply to my skin at all. Still has this dry, patchy look here. Not so much on the right side of my mouth, but more so on the left side. And I did eat, so I definitely need to reapply my lipstick, but it's still the same. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed with this patchy little spot here on my nose. For my forehead in the 4 o'clock hour, and I say this with a huge but, this part actually looks good. I say that because I have problems with my forehead frown lines. It's sitting on top of those frown lines perfectly fine. I think that's a plus. So if there's anything to take away from this, this is a plus. It's currently 8:15. I just got my youngest to bed. I'm about to get my 6-year-old to bed here in just a little bit. Me personally, I'm itching to take off this makeup and go to bed myself, but I'm gonna push through for 2 more hours. It's only 8:15. I can do this. I'm not that old yet. The makeup still looks good. It still looks pretty close to what it did at the 4 hour mark. Now that we're at the 6 hour mark, I don't think much has changed, if anything at all. Now let's nitpick. This is still looking literally the exact same. I'm not an oily skin girl. I don't have a whole lot of problems there. Nothing has really changed. The only thing that really ever breaks down for me is the nose, the forehead, right here, sorry, forehead, and right here where I smile. So typically that'll be about it, but mostly just the nose. And the nose still looks the same as it did at the 2 hour mark. Honestly, right when I applied it, nothing's really changed. At the 2 hour mark, the 4 hour mark, and now that we're at the 6 hour mark, it still looks the dang same. The nose has not changed. It's not gotten worse. Definitely hasn't gotten better. The forehead still looks really pretty much this. Oh, I lied. So now that I have a better view of my forehead, it is trying to settle in there. I could get away with blotting it, putting a little more powder on, using my sponge to kind of fix it up a little bit, but I mean, I'm not going to, but still. Honestly, just a little bit of a touch up here, we'd be fine. It would be the same as it was, you know, a couple hours ago. It's now officially 10 o'clock. I forgot my phone downstairs. Again, I could ask Alexa to tell me in the background, but she's really loud and annoying, so I'm not gonna do that. 10 o'clock, everything looks fine. I don't have any complaints. At the 10 o'clock hour mark, at the 8 hour mark, everything looks fine. I don't have any major complaints other than the ones I've already voiced. These have worn away lovely. Other than my own skin issues going on, the wear is beautiful. It's not sitting on my skin all over my face. It looks like it has kind of like melded into my skin just fine. I'm gonna zoom you in here. But overall, from this distance, it looks perfectly fine. Zoomed in, I don't have any major breakdown in those areas other than what I've already shown you. The skin around my mouth looks perfectly fine. The foundation around my mouth looks perfectly fine. Around here in the nose, after 8 hours, I wouldn't expect it to look better because it started off rough, but it doesn't look worse. It doesn't look like it has worn away in a very uneven manner. It's to be expected here from smile lines and from eating. It's to be expected on my nose just because my nose is, well, like anybody else's nose, it's gonna get a little greasy from time to time. But otherwise, my trouble areas in my forehead, that is not bad. It's not bad at all because, in all honesty, I've always struggled with my forehead. And this has actually done a good job of holding on and not breaking down or settling into my frown lines. My skin doesn't look like it's flat. It doesn't look like it's really, really dry and textured. It still looks as though it's somewhat of a satin finish, even though it's a full coverage. And I don't believe it's supposed to be a satin, but that's the way it kind of looks on my skin, just from my natural oils breaking down. But overall, it looks like it has done a good job at 8 hours. Now, 10 hours, 12 hours, it might look worse. I don't have it in me. It's 10 o'clock at night. I can't do it. Midnight comes around, I'll be sitting here like, it would be hard for me to tell you it's my favorite. It's not even close. I have so many that do better than this. For full coverage, I'm trying to think off the top of my head all of my full coverage foundations, but I'm drawing a blank here. In reality, I wouldn't reach for this over my Chanel. I wouldn't reach for this over Tom Ford. Or heck, that Hourglass skin tint does better as far as wear time. But for full coverage, I like the NARS better. I don't regret my purchase. I definitely think I'll get use out of it, especially for warmer weather, going out humid weather, maybe an event that I need to really like have a full bead for. My trouble spots, for some of my age spots here, you could barely tell that I have them. It definitely lives up to the name full coverage, but I'm gonna have to prep my skin a heck of a lot better so that this does not happen again. And for those of you who care about fragrance, I have the Givenchy Irresistible Nectar. It is a pistachio and rose and cream base, I believe it is. And I paired it with the Philosophy Pistachio Paradise. This is the closest pistachio scent I have found. I like that scent. This one has it on that dry down for me. I can smell it. It's absolutely beautiful. I wish I had bought a bigger bottle. I'm halfway through it. I love this perfume, but the Pistachio Paradise from Philosophy has the most notable pistachio scent. And I found that pairing them together, even with the matcha milk with this perfume, it smells so good. It brings out that pistachio base to it. And it's the only one I have found that is the closest to true pistachio in scent. If you like a pistachio scent, this one is really close, at least for my nose. I can pick it up. Maybe you can't, I don't know. But my olfactory system definitely picks it up on dry down, on first spray. It's there. It's magnificent. I got mine from Ulta. I truly hope you found today's video helpful. If you did, leave me a comment down below. Thank you so much for spending your day with me. I truly appreciate you watching to this point. If you have not done so already, do something for yourself today because you are worth it.